I was born with a VSD. In medical terms, that's a ventricular septal defect. In practical terms, it's an opening between chambers that allows oxygenated and deoxygenated blood to mix. In poetic terms, and literally, it's a hole in the heart. Technically repaired when I was young by the keen eye of Brenda Armstrong, the handiwork of a surgeon in North Carolina, but a hole nonetheless. A sense of missing something priceless, a gap that widened every time I said I was just Black American during cultural roll call, a hole that widened every time I added another cringy say yes to the dress code picture to my wedding Pinterest board, every time I couldn't picture my future without a partner. You see, I always saw my culture as a temporary tattoo that would wash off with time. I looked forward to the day I could set myself aside and my life could begin. I saw myself melding into the world of another person. I saw myself as a temporary costume, a facade I would wear until the right person came along, held my hand up the stairs into their tradition. Why did this goal feel more natural than sacrificial? Why was the unknown more appealing than my own world? I've always been fascinated by outer space. In 8th grade, I did a science project on Dr. Mae Jemison. I found something comforting in knowing someone who looks like me has known life without gravity, seen the curve of the earth. I wondered what it was to see Africa to scale, to see a world bare and beautiful and borderless. You see, the first woman of color in space was a dancer. Her twirls mimicking the all-encompassing power of black holes. A hole is something that holds everything, even light. So maybe it's this space in our hearts that makes us glow from the inside. What I mean is Black woman is both astronaut and dancer. That our minds aren't confined to a division between creation, science, and invention, that a future worth living stems from the vision of Black women, because I am of a people who made culture through broken chains and loose fabric, who learned to make a place called South Carolina or Georgia or Texas into motherland, a language of oppression into mother tongue, and maybe I started writing just to claim something, to have words that were mine. How many of us can say that our creed is being written and revised in our own lifetime? The tricks the descendants of the enslaved have played on the English language are something to be extolled. I read my doctorate in modernity instead of on a scroll. Assata Shakur, Bell Hooks, Toni Morrison, Audre Lorde, every unknown liberation arbiter. How could a Black girl ever think she was not of a tradition? How could a Black girl ever think someone else would make her whole? Did you know that the first successful open heart surgery was performed by a Black American? How can I see this as anything but proof that whatever holes we are born with, we repair ourselves, we fulfill ourselves? I can't long for the beauty of tribal marks, to wear a heritage made foreign. Instead, we wear our scars on the inside, and this line down my chest could never compare to our scars on the inside that my body filled, my veins replaced, grew over, reinvented, became something alive. I was born with a hole in my heart, but I have never been deficient. I was born with a hole in my heart, and I survived.